Hello, citizens, and thank you for joining. This is the match reaction for Tottenham 1, Man City 0 in the Premier League. Make sure to hit the like button, hit subscribe as well if you're new. And let's jump into it and get this over and done with so I don't have to think about this team for another week. This game was awful. This game was bad. This team is dreadful, and I hate watching them. I hate everything about this team at the moment. I hate the way they play. I hate the way they approach games. I hate the way Pep only makes one substitution in the 85th or later minute. I just hate everything about it. So we go into this game. What do you expect from Tottenham? They're going to try and hit you on the break, and they're going to punish you by playing direct. That's what every single team in this league does. Every team wins the ball, plays direct, plays it straight, doesn't mess around with the ball, tries to get a shot away. And every single time against us, every one of those shots, every one of those attacks seems to punish us. Tottenham did it to us today. They hit us. They catch us playing with the ball on our own edge of our own area. Rodri plays a nothing ball to Lewis, and Tottenham don't mess around on the edge of the box like we do. So they pass it through to Kane. He takes his chance, scores, game over. From that point on, we didn't really up the tempo. We didn't really change our style of play because our way is the best way. Our way is the only way we know. The Pep way, master way. We did absolutely nothing in this game after that goal. And last season, when we got beat at the Etihad by Tottenham, I went on a massive rant talking about how we don't learn from our mistakes, how we don't have a plan B, how we don't change up the way we play. Today, against Tottenham, the same thing happened. We didn't change it up. We didn't learn from past mistakes against Liverpool at Anfield, against Brentford at the Etihad, against Everton at the Etihad. Against any of these teams that beat us, we don't learn from these mistakes, and we play the same way. We get punished the same way, and it drives me insane. Ederson, my God, do we need a new keeper? I would love him to save something. I'd love him to save half the shots he goes against in a game. He is dreadful. He's got to go him at the end of this season. I'm done with him. In defense, right? So, no, let's get back to the team in general. Last week, we beat Wolves 3-0. So what does Pep do? He makes 4 massive changes. What changes does he make? He changes out the midfield. So he takes out De Bruyne, he takes out Gundogan. So we have no creative play in that midfield. So he puts on Bernardo, who he's not even playing this season. He doesn't even trust him for half this season. But he throws him into this match away to Tottenham. A stadium we've not scored in. A stadium we haven't won in. But he plays him in this game. He puts him in there with Alvarez. He goes for energy. He goes for, box-to-box players. What do? We have no creativity. We don't get the ball forward. And when we do get the ball forward, it doesn't go through them because they can't do anything with it. They're just there to stop the counter-attacks, to stop Tottenham playing through the middle, which they didn't do because Tottenham just overrun us every single time because they just play a ball over the top. They have 4 attackers running at us, leaving Ake and Akanji isolated at the back because Walker, I have no idea what he does in a game, by the way, because he doesn't get forward. He can't pass the ball. He can't create anything. Defensively, he's always nowhere to be found. Lewis, at least, is on the ball and trying to create something up the other end of the pitch. So he's always pushed up. And it's just dreadful when we lose the ball and they hit us on the break. And again, it's not just Tottenham. It's every single team we play. That's what happens against us in every single match. So yeah, 1-0 down because we've got no creative players. We've got no one to stop them hitting us on the break. I know they didn't score that way, but they could have done it about 5-6 times in this match. And we've tinkered it around a little bit. Defensively, we've mixed it up again. We put Lewis on the left-hand side. Again, I think he did okay. Yeah, he had a couple of mistakes, but, he'll learn from it. And to be honest, he's one of our better defenders. Ake Akanji, I think they did fine. Walker, like I said, he's captain. Walker is captain. What does he do to this team to deserve leadership? What leadership does he give? All I see him is yelling at the players in front of him to move for him. I mean, he's not doing anything with the ball. He's not getting up the pitch. He's not giving them an option. So, we got that in the back. Then obviously Ederson behind them doing nothing. Midfield, Rodri, terrible today. He was appalling. He did, he was at fault for the goal, probably. And, he didn't really do anything. He didn't. And like I said, when Tottenham are playing through you and over the top and playing it long, it just go past him anyway. He's not going to be able to slow the game down. He's not going to put in these creative fouls, is he? He's not going to do anything because there's no need for him to because they've already played past him. Front 3, Mahrez done absolutely fucking zero this season other than against Tottenham in the second half a few weeks ago. Other than that, he's done fuck all and he doesn't deserve to be in this team. Grealish on the other side, I tell you what, Grealish today for me was man of the match, but Grealish generally doesn't do anything in the team. And I don't even entirely blame him, but today Grealish saved us from probably about 3 goals because he's tracking back his fouls that he was creating in midfield, because Rodri wasn't doing it, because Alvarez wasn't doing it, and Bernardo wasn't doing it. It was Grealish doing it to cover Lewis on the left-hand side. Then forward, Haaland. Everyone's going to say again, Haaland pocket, Haaland doing nothing. Haaland doesn't get a shot. Haaland doesn't get the fucking ball. When City get the ball, they're so slow with it. They don't pass it up the pitch quick enough like Tottenham do, like Liverpool do, like United do, like Arsenal do, like Brighton do, like Brentford do, like Fulham do, like anyone in this league does. We always have to pass it around the back 4 about 20 times before going into midfield. When we give it to midfield, the front 3 are like surrounded by 8 players. So we give it out to Grealish, or we give it to Mahrez. What do? They get to the edge of the box, they touch it about 12 to 15, 20 times, then they pass it backwards or sideways for another player. Useless. They don't put it in the box. They don't put it in the box quick enough. They don't look for Haaland's runs. Haaland makes about 1,000 runs every single match. They never chip it over the top. They never try and play him through. What is the point in looking at Haaland making that run? What's the point in playing him if you're only going to play backwards anyway and you're not going to put it in the box? It drives me nuts watching the team go round in circles, 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 square, square, square. They never go forward. Grealish had so many times, yeah, he got man of the match for me, but he had so many times to put the ball in the box, but instead takes an extra 5, 6 touches. When Romero finally gets sent off in the second half for Tottenham, you know, Grealish should have done that 30 minutes earlier. We should have done that 30 minutes, and we didn't tag him, even though we know Romero's got that in him. And we didn't do it. And then with 5 minutes to go, we offered 0. No danger, nothing whatsoever. We didn't threaten Tottenham today. And it's not a one-off. We see it against Tottenham every goddamn season. You know, we were lucky at the Etihad because they capitulated in that second half and we had our fans behind us. But since then, that momentum that we should have built from that second half, we've not done. Useless. The whole entire team is useless. And it all stems from Pep, who won't play a consistent team, who has to make 4 or 5 changes every single game because he's out thinking himself. He's like, oh, how can I screw the team today? I don't know, we'll throw these plays in. We'll change out the entire middle. We'll play no creative midfielders in this game. That's what we need to do because we can't score away from home at the moment. So the thing I should do is take out our 2 players who can create something. Let's do that. Let's do that. And when he finally brings them on, he brings De Bruyne on, who looked one of the better players on the team and was trying to create things. And then he brings on Gundogan in the 86th minute, who doesn't even touch the ball. Frustrating. Crazy, crazy, crazy. And I'm still going to hear all week all these people telling me that City are going to win the league still. City are going to catch Arsenal. City are going to win the Champions League. How was, City's shocking result against Tottenham? City's stunned by Spurs. We're not stunned. I've been watching this team all season do the exact same thing against every team. Garbage. We were lucky against Palace when we were 2-0 down, and then we came back to win in the second half. It's not a one-off. It's not a one-off. And I'm bored of it. And it's not a reaction. It's not a very reactive thing. It's the same thing I'm watching every single week. And I'm so glad I don't have to watch them this week for 7 days. So glad. Terrible team, terrible performances. How we're in second is beyond me. Catch Arsenal. I don't expect us to score, let alone win games. How are we going to catch them? We're not. Done with it. Honestly, I've got a headache, got a toothache. I've had to watch this crap again. We need a plan B. We don't have a plan B. We have play Pep way. If it doesn't work, keep on doing it. Change nothing. And someone has to tell him that when Haaland gets the ball, he scores. If he doesn't get the ball, he doesn't score. That must go into his head at some point. Because anyone who's played FIFA, anyone who's played Football Manager will know Haaland is a joke when he gets on the ball. It is unreal. That's it. That's all I've got to say. Hate this team. I hate watching them. They're boring. They're crap. And to quote my dad, who I really don't want to do, but City were more fun in the 90s when they were shit. They were. Have fun. Bye.